Well, mistakes and accidents happen in everyday life, but for us and our industry pals, cameras just happen to be rolling to capture these hiccups, and that's the beauty and also the bane of live television.
Now, what could be a slightly stressful situation for the hosts or producers behind the scenes often means guaranteed laughs for viewers.
Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Ain't that the truth? Live TV is a breeding ground for bloopers, especially when you forget what the on-air light means.
Not so pale. You're on. Today's snow is crippling much of the Washington lowland.
There are moments when the auto cue can't even save you.
Check your panties. About 175,000 rice. I think that was supposed to be pantries.
I couldn't warn you before I saw it, and I couldn't warn you, Eric. I'm just...
Let's not forget about wardrobe malfunctions.
Chill is letting up, but the chill is not completely gone.
No.
Chill, I'm sorry.
And the chill has got a kink in your neck, huh?
You gotta...
I got, never mind, forget it. I thought it was just the tight button, but never mind. Can we just go to the weather?
Go to the weather, we will. The forecast, a chance of long hours and ridiculous conditions.
I'm exhausted. I've run out of things to say. It is snowing and it sucks here.
The red Nissan.
And you know what they say about animals.
Sir, I'm going to stay over here by Joni.
Do they know each other?
No, hold him tight. Hold him tight. Hold him tight.
I am.
Hold him tight.
I am.
You got it.
I am.
Oh, it's okay. All right.
All right, Joni, you got it.
You got it. To talk more about the wonderful world of television, we welcome Emmy Award-winning Kirsten Joyce live from Las Vegas. Welcome, Kirsten.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Good morning to you, Ryan and Kylie. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you.
Let's get straight into it. You know why you're here. You're a news anchor. You were recently involved in one of your own on-air bloopers. We're going to have a look.
He usually has his morning swim. Whoa. All right, folks. We just had a little water casualty, but Chris Banka, our photographer, is amazing, and we are taking him back in closer to the dock for safety. Are you all right, Chris? I'm good. He is good. He is a professional, and he is hanging on, and we can tell the bosses that no electronics or cameras were injured in this live shot.
And look at that. He frames you up through the handle of the boat. Amazing.
Isn't that superb? I mean, he was such a pro throughout the entire ordeal.
So how did you keep it together? I mean, I guess you just need to keep soldiering on, don't you?
Yeah, as you guys know, right, something wacky happens, you know, you're down to time, you know, the producer's talking to you, you know, the shot needs to look good. And as we took this show on the road, we thought, what are some cool things we can do that would be active? Little did I know that it would turn into a little bit of an awkward situation for the photographer, but, you know, I was mostly concerned about his safety, of course.
Oh, of course, but just maybe thinking just a little bit, we could go viral here.
Well, I did get a number of texts from my boss, from my colleagues, from a friend who was watching from Arizona, and everybody's saying, oh my gosh, is the photographer okay? And you know this is going to go viral, but I had no idea until I heard from you guys in Australia that you had found out about it.
That's what happens when you go viral. And of course, you've been in the business for 20 years. You can't be in the business for 20 years without other memorable moments such as these.
Of course. I remember when I was in Phoenix and I was covering a water drive, and we had a mascot, and he was on top of all the bottled waters, and he was moving like this, and he fell back.
But he'll be back up in no time.
Okay, what is he, an elephant? What is that mascot? What is that?
That's a good question. You know, I can't even remember. I was looking back at some old video, and I'm like, what was that guy?
He looks drunk on too much water. That's what he looks like in that shot.
I think so.
Yeah, is there one that, you know, they happen all the time, mishaps and hiccups happen all the time. Is there one that you've seen that still makes you laugh?
Oh, gosh, yes. You know, when you're having a morning that takes a while to get started, and you just need a laugh to get you going, and among colleagues you share what does make you laugh? The grape stomping lady.
Okay, we've got it here. Let's take a look.
Okay.
Stop. Oh, oh. Oh, 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 ow, ow. stop, oh, stop, oh.
Ouch.
I shouldn't laugh, but it's the ouch carry-on that actually makes it funnier, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and you feel for the woman, right? But she sounds like a wounded animal, and you can't help but laugh. You know she's going to be okay.
Yeah, I don't know how long she's been stomping on those grapes for, maybe just a little bit too long. You've spent plenty of time outside the studio. There's always a civilian looking for their 15 seconds of fame, right? How do you deal with public interference?
I try to best prepare, you know, so you can avoid and control as much as you can, right? But we host a New Year's Eve show, and it airs at about 12 to 19 different markets on that evening from here in Las Vegas. And there's always those one or two stragglers who want to get in, and they've had a little too many libations. So you kind of have fun with them, but at the same time, you and your photographer are communicating, and you're like, all right, let's pan away when we can, when it's safe. And then, of course, we had the rock and roll marathon during the New Year's Eve show, and then we have EDC, that crazy festival out here during the hot summer months, and many people like to, let's say, flash the camera, so that you just have to roll with and right on.
Oh,
yeah, it's all about keeping composure, not creating assault like that guy just did in that vision that we saw. Now, Kirsten, you're a mum, and your 7-year-old daughter, Mia, looks as though she's going to follow in your footsteps.
She may. I mean, she's over watching me on TV. You know, that's lost its interest. But we do have Mia TV night at the house. And I set the timer above the oven for 20 minutes. And then she has her little studio up front. She puts on her special little headset. It's not attached to anything. She has her karaoke microphone. And she brings up various items that she'd like to sell to us. And my husband and I, we play the audience. And she interviews us. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks like a great family. She's going to follow in your footsteps for sure and certain. Kirsten, thanks very much for joining us this morning. A lot of fun.
Thank you so much, Ryan and Kylie. It was a pleasure. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Kirsten.
Of course,
you be careful out there.